Hello, here we are, another week and another goal to teach you. Are you ready to learn English pronunciation so that you can elevate and boost your speaking? If so, I think you found the right channel. Today, we're going to start a 5-part series on consonant sounds. But before you dive right in, make sure you have a look at the English consonant tutorial that I've linked in the comments below. This is a really great foundational start to this tutorial today. So stop the video now if you haven't checked out that previous tutorial, and then obviously come back and catch up on this one. Now, I don't want to get all science-based on you, but that is what I am. I'm a communication scientist or speech pathologist, and my goal is to educate you in the precise details your English speaking needs. Because I know this matters to you. I also know that you're clever, thorough, and driven to learn. So here's the thing. If you get stuck on the scientific terms, the phonetic terms, around pronunciation, how can you ever progress? It's time to learn more about the English consonants. Then you can do a better job of solving your own personal pronunciation concerns. And obviously, if you get stuck, you know where to find me. English has a ton of consonants, right? But did you know that we can divide them into 6 separate groupings? Here's the groups for describing the production of English consonants. We have our plosives, nasals, flaps, fricatives, affricates, approximants, and yeah, that's certainly enough. Now, these groupings really help us niche down on sound qualities. If we categorize our sounds, we can make sure that our problem sounds possess the right features. I want you to learn the phonetic categories for your English consonants. And today, we're taking that first step in the right direction. But before we jump right in, let's take an analogy. Did you ever go to the shops and fill your bag with too much stuff? The bag is exploding. Your hands are burning holding it. You've got 5 cartons of milk, tomato cans, bananas, 6 packs of pasta, a tissue box, and all the things are messing around in the one bag. What a headache, right? But obviously, if you split your groceries, you put your cans in one bag, your milk cartons in another, veggies in another, life becomes so much more organized. It's actually easier to manage the grocery load. Now, this is exactly what we need to do with your I really don't want you throwing in your P's, your sh's, your n's, your guts, all in the one bag. It's like putting eggs with the toilet cleaning products. No way, ma'am. We need more structure than that. So before you start wondering, oh my God, how? I just don't think I can get my head around all these English consonant sounds, Sarah. It's even embarrassing when I open my mouth to speak. Calm down. I'm here. Let's do some learning. See, the thing is, I'm not the only one here. Phonetics is here. Phonetics is like the Marie Kondo of all your pronunciation mess. Once you start to sort through your sounds, you see what you need. And this is what will get you speaking so much better. You won't even recognize yourself. This is the power of phonetics. When you understand more about how phonetics organizes sounds, you can get a stronger grip on what your English speaking needs. And then you'll really give your listener the chance to focus in on your message. You'll also feel calmer, less messy, and ready to do the job, which is to communicate with comfort and confidence. Never forget that. That's what we're here for today. Over the coming weeks, I'll be explaining the 6 ways we organize these consonant sounds into their groups. But today, let's get started with the plosives, or as I like to say, explosive plosives. I don't want to be rude or vulgar on this channel. I mean, My mama, she always watches, bless her. But I do want you to remember information, so shut your ears if you're a little bit precious. Frankly, you can think of the plosives as sounds that explode out of your mouth. I'm sure you know where I'm going. Yep. They're kind of like a mouth fart. Okay, let's get serious. Here is what you're going to learn today. First, you'll learn which consonant sounds need to explode like dynamite out of your mouth. Second, you'll have the opportunity to make these sounds with me. Yay! Bonus voice science session. I'll share some groovy little tips that only my clinic clients have seen before. Then, I'll show you how to measure your explosive plosives so you can tell if you're right or not. First, let's just take a formal definition. Plosives. This refers to the specific way a sound is formed. To create a plosive sound, the voice cavity is blocked completely before suddenly releasing a burst of airstream or voice vibration. To create a plosive correctly, you must completely close the cavities of the mouth or nose so that no airstream releases. And then you explode the sound out by opening the blockage you have made. It's like popping popcorn, only with your face. There are 7 plosive sounds in English, and I'm going to show them to you right here, right now, with their corresponding phonetic symbol. P, B, T, D, K, G, Okay, now it's time to make these sounds together. I really want you to focus in on what's happening mechanically for each of these sounds. Our first pair, P and B, are called bilabial plosives. And this is because when I form these sounds, I close the airstream or the voice stream at the lips. Bi, to, labial, lips. Hence bilabial plosive. Now, to get these sounds right, you need to seal your lips completely, then pop and release the sound. Watch my mouth. P, B. Let's take our next set, alveolar plosives. When I form these sounds, I close the airstream or voice stream while my tongue seals the mouth by lifting behind my top front teeth to touch the soft tissue where you can burn your tongue on hot soup. Now, then I burst the airstream or release voice vibration by dropping the tongue down very rapidly. For English, on these sounds, the release is really strong, especially for T. Stay tuned for that one because I'll show you a little bit more about this sound later. Our next pair is K and G, which we call velar plosives. Now, if you're getting all sleepy or bored right now, you've got the perfect excuse to yawn right now. See, these sounds are formed right at the back of the mouth at the skin tissue that lifts when you yawn. So try a yawn now. Do you feel that stretching at the back near the roof of your mouth? Well, we call that your soft palate or your velum, and that's your soft palate working out and the precise place where we release the air pressure or the voice stream for the sounds G and K. Feel it? Now let's go into the glottal stop, which is almost like a non-sound. Have a little listen. Now, this plosive is very distinct and it occurs right down in your glottis, or as we call it, your voice. This speech sound is kind of a non-sound because it's the outcome of no sound release. And we make the sound by holding the vocal muscle tightly together. You'll make this sound actually in lots of unrelated activities to speaking, like picking something up heavily or doing weights when you kind of grunt if they're a bit heavy. So the glottal stop serves to stabilize your abdomen and chest by trapping air in your lungs. On release, you may hear a little grunt noise. So let's try and make this one together. It's not present in all languages in the world, so some people can really struggle to get this one accurate and kind of, release it with the precision that they need. So what we're going to do is hold our breath, and you want to feel like you're stopping the breath. And then once you've done that, you're going to release your breath lightly, and you'll hear this little subtle explosion that comes from deep in your throat. And the explosion happens once you let that breath go free. So hold the breath, release the breath, and listen for that little explosive sound. Now, if you do the same thing with the air release on the breath, but just before you say a vowel, you'll hear the glottal stop. And we hear this actually in lots of English phrases. So when I say or uh-oh, you can hear that sound. So I don't go oh, which would be a really resonant vowel without this little glottal vocal explosion. Instead, I put an explosion plus the vowel. So glottal stop plus vowel is something that makes my speech very native-like. Uh-oh, uh-oh. So there we go. We learned the mechanics of the plosive sounds, but now it's time for us to look at the ways we measure accuracy on these sounds. So I've got a few bonus tips for you. Now, to get into the next part of the tutorial, you will need a few vital things. A tissue, a hand, and a mirror. I'm just using my little compact. Couldn't find my other hand mirror. So let's take the plosives, and what we're going to do is check how the tissue moves on their release. And if you're struggling to copy the tissue movement with my maneuvers, it may suggest that you're using the incorrect mechanical positioning. Sometimes some precise adjustments are needed to get you right on point with your pronunciation. So make sure you check out your personalized pronunciation audit, the best way for you to get tailored one-on-one feedback from me about how your English speaking is going. Let's get straight into it now. So I'm going to take all of those sounds, and I want you to see that in some of these sounds, the air stream release is really quite different. So I'll just go to the side a little bit so that hopefully you can see. Whoa, that's a lot of pressure. That's like dynamite, the English P. Let's take our next one. You'll notice that once we run voice vibration through a sound, the degree of explosion is, greatly reduced because the voice is absorbing some of that pressure. B, T, D, K, G, G. Forgot the tissue. So let's take it again. So we're just going to do them all together. P, B, T, D, K, G, B. So that's one thing that you can do, and this is definitely something our team will train you on in the nuances of how to position your mouth, the tongue, and all of those features so that you actually create the right pressure stream on your explosive plosives. You can also do things with a mirror. So for these sounds, you'll notice that for particularly sounds like P and T for English, you're really going to fog up that mirror. So just bring the mirror really close to your face, or mouth I should say, and release the sound with high pressure, P, and you'll see it fogging. And then what I want you to do is contrast that sound in your mother tongue. So you'll notice that certain languages have less air pressure release on the P sound. Spanish, for example, doesn't put as much airflow in the room. And a mirror to track that is really helpful. So I'm just going to take the English sounds. Obviously you won't see me fog it, but it's just to show you that you should do the same with me. t, d, k, g, o. So when I do that, I start to see that sounds are very concrete and they release various features. I can also do it with my hand to feel the pressure now. So I've got the visual of the pressure with the tissue, I've got the visual fog with the mirror, and then the sensory impact of the airstream on my palm is also really helpful. P, b, t, d, k, g. Some word contexts will see different pressure levels or actually even deletions according to the position of the word and the accent features that you're aiming for. And this obviously is something that our team is really thorough in training our clients with. But let's have a quick look at t and how it can vary across words according to the sound release, the pressure features and the position of the word. So we have our first individual word. I'll just go for it and I just want you to observe what's going on. So we've got time and then we can take it. So here on the second word, I've actually deleted my T. I could say it with the T obviously, but many English speakers would actually drop the sound. So you see the letter, but many will actually say it and there's no T, and that's actually correct. I can also say it. Let's try our third word, attitude. So there are lots going on. And let's try this one, letter, letter. So there's variations on how I could produce the T sound in the middle of a word if it appears between vowels. In the first instance, I flapped the sound as many English speakers would, letter. And then British speakers would often explode, letter. So there's lots of variation now. And finally, let's just look at this phrase. I want to talk about it. One variation. Next one. I want to talk about it. Final variation. I want to talk about it. So you can see that there's lots going on, and a lot of these features relate to accent variation, dialectical variation that we can code phonetically, and that's information that we love giving our clients. That's where it gets super fun. Clean and clear English speaking is important for your confidence. If you're feeling held back by the challenges of speaking correctly, we need to talk. You see, learning the sounds of English is super detailed. There are simply so many sounds, just like there are so many spices in my spice rack. If you're cooking, let's just say you want to make a great paella and you need all the ingredients. But imagine you've run out of saffron. Sure, you could add a bit of cumin instead, but the dish would really lack the precise flavour it needs. The rich and decadent flavour that saffron brings is what makes paella, paella. And if your English pronunciation has something missing, there's like a missing sound in your sound mix, and you're not sure exactly what it is that's missing, you're uncertain about what it is, you just can't put your finger on it, it really does pay to check that you've got the right sounds and that you're using them correctly for English speaking. Today, you learn that one ingredient is correct plosives. In my next tutorial, I can't wait to show you the next ingredient to add to the mix. So if you enjoyed this vlog today, make sure you give it a like and subscribe because you don't want to miss the next part of this consonant series. I hope that this tutorial helped you focus on something new and gave you more ideas about the direction of your English pronunciation, where it needs to go, and what you need to do so that you can start communicating with confidence and comfort. But we're not done yet. If you're getting all hot and sweaty about your English pronunciation, make sure you check out your personalised pronunciation audit over on our website via the link below. This is the first step to moving your speaking forward so you can communicate with ease and success. Communicating in English, especially when it's your second language, takes bravery. I want to congratulate you for all the good things I'm sure you're already doing, but I also want to take the time to encourage you to keep up the hard work. Pronunciation agility takes time and dedication, so don't lose the faith. Focus in on our strategies that we're sharing with you weekly and make sure you get your hands on all the free downloads to help you along the way over on our website. Just look for the tips page. We have a complete treasure trove of ideas just for you. And if you want to go deeper, why not enroll today in your personalised pronunciation audit? You'll learn so much about your speaking, and the added bonus is I will finally get to meet you, which will be pretty exciting. And you can do it no matter where you live. We have clients, in fact, signing up for this from all over the world. Now, on that note, it's time to wrap up this pronunciation party. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, your voice and message matter immensely. And I'm here to advocate for your comfy communication, so don't be shy to ask a question in the comments below. I'll reply. Have a great day, hold your head high, and speak with pride. And, as I always say, communication is like string theory. It's really the foundation of everything. So go get them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Ciao!
Enchanté.